Welcome. Week 5 is in the books. We have an exciting update for you guys here with the slew of videos coming out with the state of the franchise. Yes, special guest Grant coming in. We're going to be talking about your franchise and your future. Let's go. All right, here comes the boom coming in at 6-2. This is Grant's team here. You can see a little smirk on his face. Okay, he's got, I think, the highest power ranking here at 50. Let me just do a little skirt up and down here of 49. 45, yeah, at 50. So he's got the highest power ranking, the highest average at 317 at 2,500 points scored, and a very, very low points against. So the players that he's playing against, he's blowing them out because they're not playing. They're not having good weeks. I think you have the lowest points average at 261 compared to 262 for me. So we're right next to each other for that. But yeah, 280, 270, 290, 260. So me and you have the two of the lowest points against. So and the biggest thing is he's 4-0 in the division. That that good, that is for the playoffs. That means that all you need to do is just win against the replacements a few more times, and you're probably a lock for the playoffs in your division here. Okay. Let's go to the roster and check this out. All right. So we got Joey Burrow, Kenny Pickett, and Jameis Winston. That's a fine group of people. Burrow, the starter, a guy in the wing, and then a bye week player that you hope will be, available.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll be playing at that time. Otherwise, you'll just actually Pickett's playing now too, so you can put in Pickett now too. So Fournette, Herbert, Chuba Hubbard, Christian McCaffrey, Devontae, David Montgomery, and Rachaad White. Well, I mean, you got the handcuffs and the handcuffs and handcuffs. Bye week, no issues there, and the next man up. Although it's just hard.
All by design, brother. All by design.
Yep. Always. You got some good running backs here. I'll possibly, depending on what you feel like, looking at dumping Fournette in the future, and then just keeping White. Let's just say next year you dump Fournette. And then keep White, and then Fournette will be gone out of the team, and then, White is there taking over. He's already looking like he's filling in the same role, almost, he doesn't look as big, but he looks like he could fill in after about a year or two of working out, and he could almost look like a Leonard Fournette.
I agree.
Okay. Coming on down, wide receiver Nico Collins coming on, and I think as the year progresses, the rookie's only going to get more involved in that offense. Okay. T. Higgins, they just have lots of guys, but I like the fact that he's the second man there. But I would still like to see a number one for as high as his value is. I would like to see that guy be a number one instead of a number two, if that makes sense. Jerry Jeudy.
I think on most other teams, he probably would be a number one guy. A lot of them, anyway.
Oh, yeah, for talent level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Jerry Jeudy, that offense is just looking a little pedestrian, almost the same thing as Deontay Johnson. Although, when you look at Deontay Johnson, his targets, he's got 4 out of the 5 games with over 10 targets in each of those games.
Right.
So like he's a target magnet. They're throwing him the ball. Okay. Compared to like Jerry Jeudy, who hasn't seen 10 targets at once. Okay. But yet they have roughly about the same amount of points.
They do.
Okay. Well, let's hope that with Pickett that the targets with Deontay Johnson, they come back. They a little bit more accurate, because just because you throw it in my direction doesn't mean that I have the ability to catch the ball. Okay, Amon St. Brown, man, I didn't like that guy. I still don't like him, but he's proven me wrong, and that's fine. Okay, I thought you were kind of keeping him. I believe you picked him off free agent last year, and then you kept him.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's the story about him. I drafted him as a rookie and cut him.
Yep.
And then somebody else picked him up, and I had to trade for him at that $10 million. So I owned him, gave him away for nothing, and then had to pay for him, and then had to pay his salary. So I'm doubly taxed on that guy. But yeah, I think he's worth it.
I thought it was kind of insane to keep him at that 10 million mark. And specifically in a few other leagues too, maybe not this one, but I was surprised. But he's panning out. I mean, his target share is really high. So, and then you got Michael Thomas. If he's in, he's a number one, and then you got this other guy, the Omelet Zucchini.
I just picked him up as waiver fodder because I've got a couple guys on bye this week, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a fine pickup. I mean he's producing points. He's got, he's caught every ball thrown to him.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yes, I'm looking at it right here. 4 targets, 4 receptions, 2 targets, 2 receptions, 2
Wow.
and 2, 2 and 2. No, sorry. He's missed 2. The last 2. 2 and 4. So.
Yep. He had a touchdown. So.
And he's got 2 touchdowns. So, I mean, at least he's producing when he gets the opportunity, and you know what that means. He's just going to get more.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And
well, Pitts has been hurt there, so.
Yeah, that opens the door.
They don't really have much else. And who's the rookie they got down there? Was it Burks?
Where?
In Atlanta.
Oh, London.
Or London, that's it. London, right? Yeah. So, I mean, he's getting some shots because people are being hurt and things like that. So yeah.
Yep, and the run game is a little down right now with Patterson injured. I think got Pat Freiermuth and Travis Kelce. These, I mean, what more can you say? Hopefully Freiermuth, he does a little better, but I think he's still getting the targets. And with a better quarterback in there, it will improve. But you got this big guy right here, Travis Kelce. Okay.
Man.
Tyler Bass, kicker. Let's move on. Defense. Okay, you got 3 good guys. Like, this is a good defense right here. Look at the 195 and 105, 109.
And fellas, you guys let me pick up Zach Allen off the waiver wire this week. You let me do this.
Yeah.
He was sitting out there, 105 points.
Yep. Snag him up. When you get 35 and 42 points, yep, you're gonna make a name for yourself in the league here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then defensive end, you probably have the 3 best defensive end starters like on one team, but these other guys, Miles, unfortunately he had that accident. He was out for a week or 2. Did you see his face?
No, I didn't. But
Oh man, his eye was black and blue and puffed up. Yeah.
Well, I guess the car flipped several times.
Yeah. He swerved to miss an animal.
Oh. Yeah.
He did have a friend in the car. I don't think he was out messing around, but man, you just hit that animal. They don't care about you.
Yeah. You don't kill yourself and somebody else trying to miss an animal.
And then if you look at Hutchinson, you can see where you picked him up at the 109. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, people need to value their picks a little bit more in defensive side, in my opinion. Especially the defensive linemen. Um,
Yeah.
Linebackers, okay. Corners, probably second round pick. But you know, if you're a top stud lineman or pass rusher, Micah Parsons, which okay, you have, you know, you spend your money on them. Okay. Alex Highsmith, he has stepped in pretty well. Is he just in that role because T.J. Watt is injured, or is he in the starting lineup?
He's a star to the other side.
Okay, so he's putting points up. I was kind of sad that you got him over waiver over me. I remember when the waiver came up. Then you got Leonard, Shaquille Leonard, who hasn't even stepped on the field, but he's probably like the number one IDP player in the league.
Yeah. Well, here's what blows me away. Last week, all the guys in the league let me pick up Bobby Wagner. He was laying out there.
Yeah.
For the Rams. I'm like, wow, okay. So,
yeah, I wasn't looking at picking up because I was happy with my things, and I was focused on other positions because I want to drop. You can only have, I think, 5 linebackers, so you're kind of capped at what?
5 or 6.
I think
it's 6.
I think it's 5 because I've tried to.
Yeah.
But I mean, with you only needing to start 2, I don't think really needing 6 would be. But we'll see if we see a 6 guy. But I think it's 5. And Quay Walker, that's fine. You know, Quay Walker, rookie. I mean, making 50 points. I mean, that's still solid for a rookie who's learning the position defense. So, coming on through. Your lineman or your cornerbacks here, Alexander, J.C. Horn, Kenny Moore, and Patrick Surtain scoring 60 to 70 points each. Yep. And Jair, I think, was injured the first couple weeks, or he missed 2 games, it looked like.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's averaging about 14 points a game, getting on the board, but sometimes it's tough with these lockdown corners like this because they don't even throw him the ball. So that they don't even like run, you know, like really go that way. So I have a big preference of picking up the opposite guy of the lockdown corner because he's going to see more targets thrown that way and going to get more tackles, potentially more points. So I like getting the non-lockdown guy on the team. You know, like Jalen Ramsey, sure, I'll pick the other guy.
Yeah, all right.
Because they're not going to throw Ramsey's way, and if they do, it's sparingly. But they'll throw to the other guy 10, 12 times, where he has, you know, pass defense and tackles and the ability to get points. So, but you got young guys here that are scoring points. I like this, and they're all under contract, really. Okay, and then your defensive backs here, you got 260, so you got your main starters. And then you got the rookie. What has he been up to? I think
safeties.
Yeah, for Hamilton.
Yeah. Hamilton. I mean, I drafted him. I think he was the best safety in the draft. I'm not going to cut him. You know, I'm just going to. That's why we have 40 roster spots. You have a couple spots in there you can.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. You keep Hamilton for sure. You know, if you're going to move off anyone, you're going to move off Duggar.
Yeah, because Duggar has played well. He's just been hurt. And I picked up Edwards and Love off the waiver wire because I was like a mash unit down there at safety. So. Well,
I mean, just looking at Duggar, I mean, he had a good game 1, but he's only scored 14 points as high. A game of 2 and 5, 1 tackle. He just doesn't seem like he's around the field a lot. I think you could probably do better there, but
you're probably right.
You decide that, though. You know, we're just looking overall. So overall, I mean, you have a good offense and defense. You're kind of injury prone with your offense. That's a big thing because you got all the handcuffs. So the only issue you run into is the last 2 weeks of I believe with Herbert going off and you weren't starting him, and then vice versa. I believe you started Herbert last week over Montgomery.
I think you're right.
Not knowing that Montgomery was going to play, and or at least get the Lions shared, and I think he did. I mean, he put up 18 points.
Well, he scored a touchdown too.
Yeah.
So.
Versus Khalil, who only had 4 rushes. I mean, he went from 20 and 19 to 4. So having he.
Yeah, it was a day. It was.
The team isn't ready to give him the share yet. But you can see all these how you got all of these guys through trade. Okay, you guys are trading with the devil, I tell you. You trade with you trade with Grant. You trade with the devil.
Oh my God!
I'm just kidding. Although I do have a special thing to go over once we get done with this. Once we get on one of your other teams, Grant, I got it. I'm gonna read some quote from an interview I did with another owner. We're gonna leave this owner.
Oh boy.
This owner will be anonymous. Okay. Only due to the fact that I don't have his cell number saved in my phone. But we'll go over that one. It's some fun stuff. But here comes the boom. We're done. Probably the best team in the league overall, top to bottom. Just need a little extra depth in a few positions. But overall, I think it's fine. I think it's the best team, top to bottom. So, good job, Grant.
Thank you.
Your trades. So let's trade with Grant here and check out your picks.
Oh, not to.
So
it probably I propose not to talk about it.
Grant, you got a third, and so this week or this year, this coming year, you're kind of weak in picks. You got a third and 2/4 and a fifth, so you're kind of more all in this year on this team compared to other teams you have in the past or that I see you run. But and then the following year you got a first, and then you swapped with, it looks like Scorpion, and then you got your own second, third, and fourth. And you got 2/3. So your picks look all right, but you ain't got nothing going on. But you got a young team already.
Yeah.
And you're gonna cherry pick a few guys in these third and fourth rounders, and then you're just gonna keep riding, because like why go all in on like a first round pick just to put into like a guy into the rotation with Nick Bosa, Garrett, Hutchinson? It's not going to work out right.
Well, you bring up those two guys. I paid a lot. I acquired Garrett, and I paid a lot for Garrett, and I acquired Michael Parsons. I gave up 2 number 1s to get Michael Parsons.
Yep. I probably didn't talk enough about Michael Parsons, honestly. I mean, the guy is all over the place. Although he's putting up some sacks. He's got 6 sacks. He's got some good points, but if he's not producing sacks, his games are kind of pedestrian. He's got a 7 and a 6 game with no sacks, so he needs to see the quarterback. Definitely, I would like to see him improve his tackles a little bit more, honestly. But still, I mean, could be defensive player of the year.
The season's still young. It's still young.
Yeah, I mean, by the time we do this next time, it's going to be playoff time.